You're a radical. Before I start my 4th of July fucking rant, went off to Afghanistan to kill a fucking Taliban shammery fucking poetry, recycled beatnik on BALCO on fucking chemo. First off, I just found this. Kathy O'Brien, so she was so good, has died. She just died. She died the same day as that dirtbag fucking Rumsfeld. He was a murderer. She saved so many lives. She has the exact same disease as me. She has de novo in her breast. And I want to say this to my beautiful friend, Carla Hennessy, who had it in her breast. They used to call us Kevin and Carla in the fucking bone marrow transplant center. I've made it almost 10 years. She made it 12. And she really was an advocate. Don't ring the bell. Fuck ring the bell. Don't use the C word. Don't use the C word ever. You know, and boy, is that fucking true. I remember when Tony Gwynn got sick the same time I did, and his doctor was using the C word. Not cancer. Cure. I'm like, don't say it. Don't ever fucking say it, especially if you have de novo. So the only other person I know that has the same type of I have what she had. She had it in her breast. Got my lower right mesentery. It presents as tumors. It's a leukemia. It's a brutal, wicked fucking death sentence is what it is. To fight it, I was too sick for a transplant. Sent home with hospice twice. Walked the fucking coast. This has been a long, brutal fucking battle. She used to say, don't ring the fucking bell. They didn't want to do any radiation on me. I had some really good doctors experimenting on me. I have AML de novo, which is a non-Hodgkin lymphoma with a multiple myeloma. Which the irony of this, Donald Rumsfeld died the same day as Mrs. O'Brien did. Same disease. Her life mattered. His life fucking murdered. She saved lives. He murdered. Fucking. She made it 12 fucking years. Dr. Thompson, they did a little bit. I have 4 tattoos up on me. All you tattooed fuckers, counterculturists, don't have tattoos. 4 dots on me. My chest split up. I have a lot of scars now. My Fukushima bullet wound, I call it. My central line. Dr. Thompson, I was his last patient. I only agreed to do a little bit of light radiation right where the fucking tumors were if he did it. You know, and ringing the bell. I remember the day I rang the bell. I had my travel Fukushima, and I used to spell it F-U-C-K on. There was a Japanese woman, nurse in there. She says, you know, that's spelled wrong. I said, no, it's not. And she says, no, wait a minute, Kevin. You're right, it's not spelled wrong. Thank you for your fight, O'Brien. I think it's perfect leading into this because I'm a Kavanaugh guy. My favorite poet, Kavanaugh, Robin Jeffers, drip into the fucking sea. I always think about his wife, the young Irish girl. I got to see the towers before they knocked him down. Ooh, what's that smell in Carmel? It's a fucking dead well, recycled beatnik Kevin Blanch. If my path doesn't show you how you fight, if her path doesn't show you how you live, she lived for 12 fucking years. Unheard of. The only other guy I know is a guy named Brien Morris. I'll put up 2 of these videos because this is important for her. Brian's alive. He's a beast. He used to come in my room and encourage me. He had de novo. Fucking lower right mesentery. Sent him home to die, and he didn't fucking die. He's a beast. His came back after 10 years. He swore he'd never have a transplant. Oh, he had one. It failed. His son, Winston, 1984 on BALCO. They used a half stem cell match. It didn't work. New juice. I got some new super liquid gold juice. I was in there. I went in there and sat with him. I don't know. This guy's a beast. He was a middle linebacker for the University of Utah. Old fucking school. Fucking Utah. Fucking what a beast. Fuck what a... Lost his wife. Lost everything. Fucking that's what us long-term cancer victims do. We get no safety net. Mike Lee kicked me out Medicaid. It didn't work. I was just sitting there with him. He's a physical beast. I thought, there's no way he's going to survive and live. I remember talking to the nurses. I'm like, he's on death's doorstep. I remember I was fucking just, oh my God, he's alive. I'm right on the edge. I've been to the edge. I stood and looked down. I lost a lot of friends there. I've got no time to fuck around. Sleep and dream, it's all I crave. I travel far across the Milky Way. To this cancer fucking master, I become a fucking slave. Till we meet again some other day. Silence sleeps as loud as one. Earth returns, will never return to what it was once before Fukushima. Eddie died. Got in his mouth, got in his lymph nodes. That's what it does. She said, fuck ringing the bell. She used to consult for a lot of doctors. She knew her shit, boy. She knew her. Do not use the C word. This is a long... I know that. A lot of people say, well, you're... Oh, no. I didn't have a transplant. Brien, it's an important video. He was the third guy to get it in Utah. LDSE State, the great Fimbo Peterson. Something rotten in the New Denmark. The Danish doctor. Vincent Hansen, the Danish doctor. To save me. Those fucking Weber State Danish nurses. Those great fucking CAs. Cleaning our bedpans. Cleaning up our puke. Fucking, tickling our back as we go into comas. I don't think anybody have any fucking clue what fucking staying in a bone marrow transplant center is like. It's the most intense fucking hardcore place on the face of the earth, bar none. Bar none. I lived there off and on for fucking well over 5 years till Mike Lee kicked me out of Medicaid while I was under treatment. They gave him the super juice. They juiced it. It worked. He's alive. The great Marshall Jensen was in the room next to me. He was the first one on Earth to get the genome, the HIV, the AIDS genome. These fucking genomes on Novo match exactly fucking HIV. A lot of people get diagnosed, Remember in the early days HIV, a lot of people were calling it contagious leukemia? A doctor at George Washington University in St. Louis, the Mound, he's the one that came up with it. He got leukemia. He injected himself. I mean, wow. Marshall was in the room next to me. He had a new child. I'm friends with his wife, his little boy. The great pioneer. Nancy Peterson, the world-class triathlete, was in the room on the other side of me. I says, you do know you were training in Moab. You moved to Moab to train. Utah, it's one of the most radioactive places on the face of the earth, Nancy. Yeah, I didn't know that. I know now, Kevin. Her Marshall died the same fucking day. Marshall was the very first one to get the HIV injection. MD Anderson fucking studied with 25. He had 2 transplants. He made the decision the same day as I did. I prayed a lot, and that was a fucking heavy time. Still is. This is a great story. Very spiritual story. I was very, very sick. I was in New York. Aaron Swartz fucking gig. When Aaron Swartz hung himself, or they hung him, I was in the courtroom that day. January 11, 2013, my first trip out of the bone marrow plant. My doctors actually paid for it. Then I went to San Diego in that hearing where they arrested me when I was in radical, critical condition. Shut down San Onofre. I had a layover little flight in Philadelphia, of all places. I'm sitting there and I look over and I'm like, what are they doing? It's Marshall Jensen's family. I walk over and I says, well, what the fuck are you doing here? Don't you know about Marshall? He's the first one in the world to get the HIV fucking injection to fight AML. De Novo fucking... Well, his wasn't De Novo. His was just a radical AML. He died. KSL did fucking... KSL's running all kinds of ads. The Mormon Church owns KSL, and they're running all kinds of ads now. Oh, you want to go to the mountains and fucking pristine waters and beautiful colors, and then they mock it. Ha 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 ha! You want to pull up in your Winnebago and rock it and fucking kill some fucking endangered species? They're dirtbag motherfuckers. They did all this big presentation for Marshall at his house. Yay, they waved his body fucking while he was alive. He's saved. He's the first one in the world saved. He died. Not a peep, not a fucking word. Not a peep, not a word on his death. His wife says it's working now. She has a book. I have a little cool book, child's book, for her son. She said it, what a pioneer. One day people will wake up and realize what this has been. Fukushima, my place in time. I was given 2 months to live almost 10 years ago when a doctor looks you right in the fucking eyes, a good doctor, and says, get your affairs in order. Over and over, fucking bad diagnosis, bad doc. I saw the worst doctors in the world than the best doctors in the world. I diagnosed myself. My uncle, Thomas Blanch, the famous heart surgeon from this town. Kevin, don't you, I have a bad aortic valve, I was born with it. I need to get it fixed. I was telling him this when I was in my 30s. Nope, just keep kicking the can. You're fine, Kevin. You're fine, he would say. You're just fine. Do not let them open you up unless you're going to die. Do you understand me? Yes, sir. He saved me from the grave. He died. I paid attention to what he said. They wanted to gut me and open up and rip those tumors out. Brian Moore's had those tumors cut out. I don't know how the fuck... Temperature of 104 for day. I don't know. Ice baths in the old LDS before they remodeled. I don't know how the fuck he lived. It's the toughest fucker I ever met. He's still alive. What an historic battle. There are 44 of us in that fucking unit in 2011. Bottom right here from fucking Ogden. I'm the only one left alive. What a fucking intense battle. She had it figured out. No ringing the fucking bell. No using the C word. This is a long, long fight. You just keep fighting. She had it figured out. She bought 12 years. I think almost anybody else would have been dead within 1 year of what she had. This is a long spiritual fucking battle. I walked the coast of California while I was written off. The entire coast. Sleeping in a sleep bag. I was dying. Everybody thought I'd die. My own doctor thought I'd die. I found a fucking YouTube video on YouTube in those days when I was misdiagnosed. Then a Japanese doctor told me it's carcinoid cancer in my liver. Another guy told me it was fucking nothing, just fucking dormant tumors. Then they fucking diagnosed me. Fucking Dr. Tao said it was a fucking it was pathetic. They went in, Dr. Silverman, who's supposedly this great pathologist, went and got a piece of it, put it in the wrong fucking dish. Fuck. I found a YouTube video. And it was a doctor from Cedars-Sinai for his students. It had fucking 14 views. It said, tumors in the right lower mesentery. The pathologists, I believe, get it wrong more than they get it right. My light went on. They got it wrong. They wanted to gut me out. He says, fuck you, you're not opening me. Vincent Hansen got me the next day. I've known him since I was a little kid. I'll quote him. I says, I'm not poor. You guys think I'm uninsured and I laid down my stock portfolio. I have almost $1 million in the stock market. Here, and I laid it down. He says, I don't care about that, Kevin. I've known you since you was a boy. Let's bone marrow biopsy you right here. What about de novo? What about fucking leukemia presenting a tumor? What about de novo? San Diego girl. It's been a long time since a fucking beautiful blonde-haired, blue-eyed San Diego girl climbed up on my back. It used to happen all the time when I was a young guy. I was married to one. She dug into my fucking hip. I'll call you. 2 days, Kevin. Got it out. How come they didn't restrict your diet? I'm in so much fucking pain. It's like being in labor, because it was contracting. I was in so much fucking pain. The next day they call. And it's the secretary. She's like, you need to check into the LDS state bone marrow transplant tomorrow. What? Yes. Dr. Hansen says you're to check in tomorrow at fucking 10 o'clock at LDS East 8. The LDS, you know where that's at? Yeah. I'm not going to that shithole. It's under construction. I'm going to the Mayo Clinic. You still have that money? Yeah. Fork it over. Fork it all over. All of it. I had fucking 30,000 shares of Tesla stock. Play back the tape, Your Honor. This bill's going to be more than that. Me and Brian Morris did that great video a few years ago on 4th of July. I broke down, hung up. I says, do you realize what tomorrow is? I'm at my daughter's house. I'm in so much pain. I went from 170 pounds to 130 in fucking just days. I'm fucking epically in pain. I said, tomorrow's 11/11/11. I have this thing about the number 11. 3 of them, Fukushima. I says, oh, he's sending me there. My dad died of this. Annika died of this. I know what it is. It's leukemia, just like I'm going to die. No, call him back. So I called her back and I says, well, how come Vincent didn't call me? Well, he's with a patient right now. He's going to call you. So, God, what a tough hour that was. So he called. Kevin, you were right. I'm not positive on this, but I think Silverman put it in the wrong dish. I've talked to him. I've had it out with him and blah, blah, blah. I think it's de novo. I think you were right. I think that's what it is. I'm not positive. I'm not sure. We're sending it out into multiple different labs trying to get a hit because it was put in the wrong dish. He's got it wrong. My marker on de novo ended up coming back. It was the University of Nebraska, of all places, that found it. Their cattle thing found it. And my marker was 44. Anything over 23, they won't even treat you. He says, Kevin, this is a nasty cancer, but I've known you since you were a kid. You're the toughest dude I've known. You're a fighter. You go in there and prove that. I says, I'm not going there. I'm going to go to the Mayo Clinic. No, there's a guy named Fimbo Peters from Denmark. It's the best. I says, that place is a shithole. It's under construction. Been under construction my whole life. Yeah. Go in there and you fight. You go in there and you fight and you prove them wrong. I believe in you. I think you can survive this. You know, I wouldn't send anybody else in with a marker like this. You go. So I go in there, I remember the next day, Greta, my fucking caseworker, I have a fucking wreck. They made me fill out a packet this deep, and it was all nuclear fallout, all fucking exposure. The United States government. Puking fucking thing. I remember I went in there, strip you down immediately. They fucking operate on you immediately. They put a central line in your jugular. They go into your brain stem. With a port there, they fucking lumbar puncture you. It likes to hide their tricky cells, and they fucking go to work on you. I remember the guy, he says, you're big through the upper body. You're a beast. He says, let me tell you, I've worked here for fucking 27 years. He says, you're going to need every fucking bit of that. Oh boy. So radical intense. One day I walked out of there. Celeste, who's been there for 20-something years, says, Kevin, come here. No nonsense Manhattan girl. I want to talk to you. She says, I've been here for 20-some-odd years. I prepared your paperwork when you came in. We ranked you as a red 10. I've never seen a red 10 walk out of here. I fully expected you that week to go out in a body bag. Your intense, radical fight. You standing up to the machine. You fighting back against these people. You know, I watch your videos. You should be so incredibly proud of yourself. Intense. I remember the fucking administrators of the hospital got all in my face about shooting videos in my own room. I told them, fuck you. You should have took $1 million from me. My bill ended up being $1.8 million. I used experimental chemo called ARCM squared, which is a mushroom root, which we know it tears up fucking leukemia cells really quickly and fast. Even in the fucking, I remember reading, because I can read a little bit of Latin, and I read the fucking pathologist when he says, I can't believe it. They're gone. But there's a byproduct. It wears out a lot of organs. I had that battle valve. It accelerated it. I was cut. Mike Lee on June 1st, 2015, kicked me off Medicaid. They kicked me out of the hospital. I was out of money. Couldn't do it anymore. I was out of money. No Medicaid, no safety. Mike Lee kicked me off Medicaid while I'm under. My doctors couldn't believe it. I was due to have emergency gallbladder fucking surgery because the chemo had wore out my gallbladder. Doctor wouldn't do it. I could feel my fucking aortic valve going. I was cut off. No doctor would touch me. Nobody would touch me. I had no money. Fuck, I'm almost starving to death. My house was in fucking foreclosure. Fucking, I'm walking. I don't even have a fucking car. I'm financially annihilated. Physically exhausted. Intense. Fighting. Traveling all over the world. Fighting the fuckers that give it to me. My aortic valve's failing. I could feel it. I go to Ogden Regional Medical Center. A doctor named Michael Hawkins was in there, who represented himself as a doctor. Find out he's a chiropractor with a 2-year degree from Western Montana. Told me, no, I ran the tests. I went in there twice, just bleeding profusely out of my nose, out of my face. It was intense. My teeth are starting to go black. I says, it's my heart. It's my heart. I know. No, go see your dentist. A girl came in there and she says, oh my God, Kevin. She was one of my nurses at LDS, and she was working there now, and you could hear her argument. No, Kevin's an AML leukemia survivor. He's, no, you better listen to him. I don't care, he's uninsured. I collapsed the next day in my fucking yard. I got up to my quack D on an Easter Sunday. The fucking attending physician at the emergency room, he says, oh my God, Dr. Blanch. He says, I was a student professor at Weber Finance, Economics, one number one school business in the country. He says, I got to tell you, you're the best professor I ever had. I said, you're a doctor? Yeah. I thought you were a finance kid. No, I'm a doctor. I'm an MD. You a real one? Yeah. It's my heart. No, I'll take care of you. I'll take care of you. You take care of me. I'm going to take care of you. Dr. Collado got me in there. Dr. Connors, who I used to coach against Little League Basketball, I says, hope I was nice to you when you were a boy. He says, you better hope I'm going to hold your heart in my hand for 6 hours. My uncle, who trained him, his neighbor, the great Thomas Blanch, one of the great heart surgeons in the history of this fucking country. Thank God I listened to him, even though he was mean to me. Fuck, he's like, no, shut up, Kevin. No. Got it out, kick the can. He says, well, kicking the can didn't work because I'm going to do it the old-fashioned way. I'm going to split you open. Rip me open, pour me out. It was brutal. I went into AFib, so they'd go down into my heart in shock. I told Dr. Collado, I'm going to my daughter's wedding in Italy. I don't give a fuck. He says, well, you're in rehab. Yeah, I got no money. They wouldn't even rehab me. If I can hike to the top of the Duomo fucking less than 2 months after this fucking surgery, I'll know I'm good. It was 103 degrees in fucking Florence that day. Oh, I did it. I rode that fucking train and I danced with my daughter in the Trinity fucking Sea. You see my gypsy, I'm going back to the velvet underground. I never left. I fought back. 2 years ago, my gallbladder ruptured. Almost fucking took me. I had a booth at fucking Earth Day. Then my teeth started to go. I have no safety net. I have nothing. I've had to have multiple teeth pulled. It's a long battle. She got it. Oh, Brien, don't you? I love that fucking... Because I'm a Kavanaugh guy. I'm a Robin Jeffers' wife. I'm a Belfast type of fucking guy. He loved his cow. He loved his plow. He liked to lay by that stream in that perennial Federal Reserve grass and wipe his freaking arse. The human harvest. She got it. Don't you ring that bell. Don't you freaking use that C word. We got me ringing hell's bell. Oh no. Don't you forget. Oh no. I had my subset of songs. I said you could hear you screaming and singing in that room all the way down the room. Alive and kicking! Simple, no complicated minds. Don't come around here no more. I changed the phone message on my thing. It says, you're going to catch a cold from that ice inside your fucking soul. Don't come around here no more. Fucking collection agents is calling me in the very hospital that I'm at with my chest split. I'm in ICU. Wanting fucking, I'm dying. How you got, well, that doesn't stop you from paying your, how am I going to pay fucking bills? I'm dying. Don't you see, you dumb fucker? These are the fucking freaks, the place we, no safety net, no nothing, no zero. Fuck what we're up against in this country. Fucking on born on the 4th of fucking July. Fuck you. Go team. She was the shit, boy. I used to read her blog. She consulted with a lot of doctors and says, stop using the C word. Don't. I've made it almost 10. She made it 12. She has the exact disease as me. That piece of shit Donna Rumsfeld made it about fucking 6 months, I understand. What did we get from invading Afghanistan? We made a bunch of imperialist, globalist, fucking military industrial war pigs fucking rich, and we impoverished the rest of us. Thank you, Miss O'Brien. With their guns, and their tanks, and their bombs, and their nuclear fallout. How long must I sing this song? So I had my subset of songs that don't come around here no more. Fucking petty when they cut Alice right there. That's right where my tumors were. Fucking him and Jeff Lynne, that fucking beautiful video, and that's how I'd sing it loud every day. Every day. These dreams go on when I close my... The Heart Girls wrote that for their friend who's dying of leukemia. I used to sing that one. I used to sing fucking Gypsy because Stevie Nicks fucking dedicated it to Robin Anderson, her friend who died from Rocketdyne from Santa Susana, when she took the baby when she died at 18 of this very disease. All these leukemia fighters, don't come around here no more. Don't come around here no more. You're going to catch a cold from that ice inside your fucking soul. It's a long fucking fight. Anybody who's fighting fucking cancer, it's the greatest fight. It's the good fight. It's the fight that matters. And the people that pass and die from this disease, my dad was such a strong, incredible beast. I watched him load him in the body bag. I remember my brother, you really going to watch that? Yeah, I wanted to burn a fucking hole in me. So I want to hate these motherfuckers that kill them. I want vengeance. I hate them. I want to hate them. I want it to burn. I watch him load Annika in the body bag. When a doctor looks you right in the fucking eyes and says, get your fucking affairs in order in the prime of your life. When do you throw down and when do you fight back? Personally, I want to fucking Last of the Mohicans. I want to rip their fucking heart out of their fucking chest and take a fucking bite out of it. I want to kill their fucking seed. I fight back. So does she. She had it figured out. Don't ring the fucking hell's bells. She didn't lose her fight. She won. All these people, Marshall, Carla, Dana, Kathy, fuck, I won't stop there. So many of these people. I've sat with so many people as they fucking die because their loved ones won't sit with them. I can't believe this has happened to me. That was Brian's fucking wife. Oh, I'm like, shut the fuck up. It's not happening to you. It's happening to him. It financially destroys you. It spiritually enlightens you if you let it. It puts you down to the lowest fucking form of scratching. I mean, I lived like I was homeless, fucking walking, sleeping on the beach, on park benches, platelet counts of 38, walking through fucking blizzard. I don't know how the fuck I did it, but it put me in a place. It put me in a mental fucking place. Struggle, fight. Steve Jobs, one of my doctors, Rob, who was one of Steve Jobs' doctors. He's the guy that brought Brian Morse into my room. He wasn't supposed to. He said, hey, there's another guy. And he brought him in, he pepped him up. I says, this letter that's out on Steve Jobs, it says, I couldn't hire somebody to fight it for me. I'm an asshole. I'm this, that, the blah, 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 blah. I said, tell me. It's controversial. A lot of people say he didn't write. A lot of people did say he right. It was leaked to a Hindu freaking website. I was with him at the end, he says. He made it 6 years with pancreatic cancer. I said, do you think he wrote it? Yep. Comfortability is not the zenith of fucking life. In fact, it's the opposite. The struggle is the fight. And you're pinned up against the fucking wall. All you long-term cancer victims, you fucking know. You know what it is. You lose your loved ones. Your spouse fucking can't hang with you. They fucking bolt on you. But that's fucking probably for the best. Because enablers don't help you. Fucking... They won't sit with you. They won't comfort you. They think you're fucking all better. They'll fucking rally around you when you're bald-headed and sucked up to 119 pounds, and they love you as long as you lay down and passive-aggressive die. But if you fight back, they'll run from you. They will hate you. Fucking nothing more discriminated against in this fucking country than fucking long-term cancer survived. Nobody, I'm telling you. We have no safety net. We have no nothing. We have zero. We have zero. We have each other. You know, thank you, Miss O'Brien. She made it 12 years with the Novo. Dick Cheney made it his twin, Donna Rumsfeld. She died the same day. Afghanistan she saved so many lives, enlightened so many lives, and he took millions. The fight is the fucking life. The fight is the fucking life. The great fight. The greatest fight. Fight back against the fuckers that gave it to you. And don't anybody ever let anyone. You do it your fucking way. Don't listen to anyone. I've done it through food. I'm a juicer. I drink carrot juice every day, beet juice every fucking day. I'm a big walker. I'm in the 1% study. They ask me how you've done it. Walking, spirituality, but the bottom line, fight back. Fight back against the fuckers that give you a never use the C word. Never. It's one day at a time for the rest of your fucking life. And when you die, it's all about that fight. They call it the good fight for a reason. I call it the great fight. They don't lose, or they win. It's not life or death. It's how you fucking fight it. It's the fight. You fight. Don't you just lay down and fucking die. And I know it's hard. I know it's a fucking nasty struggle. And being impoverished and being attacked and being fucking going through this in the United States of usury, it's a hell of a fucking struggle. And it's a lonely fucking battle because everyone will flee from you. I mean, I was involved sexually with 2 incredible fucking females, whatever. And they didn't come see me in the hospital. And thereafter, years later, they're like, oh, Kevin, yeah. I said, get the fuck away from me. They're like, what do you mean? Get the fuck away. Don't come around here no more. You can't even fucking come say fucking goodbye to me. Well, I didn't want to remember you the way before. Fuck you. Stay tuned. I know it's a long video. It's important. Thank you, Miss O'Brien. Don't ever use the C word. Stay tuned. Fight back. The fight is the life. Stay tuned.